The 7 levels of Judo. Level 1, Human Crash Test Dummies. You walk onto the tatami thinking Judo was just throwing people. What you didn't expect was to be the person getting thrown. Repeatedly, for an entire hour. Your back hurts, your neck hurts. Part of you that you didn't know could hurt are now screaming. These people can't break fall properly. Their ukemi looks like they're slapping the mat with limp spaghetti arms. You tell them to tuck their chin and they still manage to bounce the head off the tatami like a basketball. They grab the gi wrong, they pull when they should push, they push when they should pull. They have zero concept of kuzushi because they're too busy trying not to die. Level 1 spend the first month learning how to fall without injuring themselves. That's it. No cool throws, no submissions, just falling. Forward falls, backward falls, side falls, over and over until your entire body is one giant bruise. You watch black belts throw each other with zero effort and wonder if you joined a cult that worships pain. If you started Judo today, this is you. You're getting thrown by everyone. The teenagers throw you, the women half your size throw you, that guy who weighs 60 pounds less than you, he's throwing you too. Because Judo doesn't care how big or strong you are when you have no technique and no balance. Welcome to the most humbling martial art on earth. Before we go further, hit that subscribe button. You're here for real combat sports content, so let's keep going. Level 2, Technique Collectors. 3 to 6 months in, you've earned your yellow or orange belt. You know the basic throws: osotogari, seoi nage, uchimata. You can demonstrate them when your partner stands there and lets you. You can even pull them off in static uchikomi drills when everything is controlled and slow. Level 2 judoka have learned to grip fight, sort of. They understand that controlling the sleeve and lapel matters. They know you're supposed to break your opponent's balance before you throw. They've learned the difference between tachiwaza and neiwaza progress. Except none of it works when things get competitive. The problem with level 2 is everything falls apart the second someone resists. You grab their gi, they break your grip immediately. You try your best throw, they stuff it like you're moving in slow motion. You attempt a sacrifice throw and end up on your back with them standing over you, looking confused about what you just tried to do. These judoka think they're ready for Randori because they know 10 throws. They then step onto the mat with someone who actually knows how to fight and spend the next 5 minutes getting launched into orbit. They land hard, they get choked, they tap to submissions they didn't even know existed. Welcome to Level 2, where knowing techniques and being able to execute them are separated by an ocean of pain. Level 3, Randori Survivors. 6 months to a year and a half in, you've got your green belt. You could survive Randori without getting thrown every 30 seconds. You've developed a few throws that actually work against resisting opponents. Maybe you've got a decent uchimata. Maybe your osotogari can actually take people down when you sit it upright. Level 3s understand grip fighting now. They know how to break grips, establish their own, and create the angles they need for their throws. They're not flailing anymore, their movements are deliberate. They can chain attacks together, failed seoi nage into kochigari, fake osoto into uchimata. They're starting to think like judoka instead of just memorizing techniques. Level 3 is where most recreational judoka plateau. They train twice a week, they enjoy Randori, they feel like they're doing good at judo. And for casual practice, they are. But if you think you're learning to fight, you're still playing in the shallow end. Real judo starts at level 4. Before we get there, do yourself a favor and subscribe. We've got more combat sports breakdowns coming that'll open your eyes. Level 4, Competition Tested. Over a year of serious training, you've earned your brown belt. You've competed in local tournaments, you know what it feels like to bow onto the mat with someone you've never met who's trying to throw you for ippon. You've won some matches, you've lost some matches, more importantly, you've learned from both. Level 4 judoka have legitimate skills. Their throws work under pressure. They can score on people who know what's coming. They understand timing at a level most people never reach. They know when their opponent is off balance, even if it's just for a split second. And that split second is all they need. What separates level 4 from level 3 is mat time under pressure. These people have been in wars. They've fought through exhaustion, they've been thrown hard and got back up. They've been mounted, side-controlled, choked, arm-barred, and survived. They know their limits because those limits have been tested repeatedly. Level 4s are dangerous. The Osotogari will put you on your back so hard you'll be checking for spinal injuries. Their Seoi Nage is fast enough that you don't realize you're being thrown until you've already airborne. Their Newaza is aggressive enough to tap you out on 30 seconds if you make a mistake. Put them in a real fight and they're controlling it. They might not have a black belt yet, but they're absolutely judoka. Level 5 black belt competitors. 2 to 4 years minimum of dedicated training. Multiple competitions under their belt. They've fought at regional and national levels. These judoka have developed a complete game. They're not just good at throwing, they're good at everything. Tachiwaza, Newaza, transitions, they've refined it all. They know how to pace a 5-minute match. They know when to explode for a throw and when to conserve energy. They read their opponent's patterns within the first minute and adjust accordingly. You favor right-sided attacks? They're shutting that down and forcing you to fight from positions you're uncomfortable with. What makes level 5 special is that they've developed their own tokuwaza, their signature technique. Every elite judoka has one. The throw they've done 10,000 times. The throw that works even when their opponent knows it's coming because the execution is that clean. Some specialize in uchimata, some are drop seo nagi specialists. Some are sacrifice throw artists who make physics look negotiable. They're strong nationally, maybe internationally at low weight classes, but put them against someone who trains at an Olympic level with Olympic level coaches and the gap becomes obvious. That's the difference between black belt and world class. Level 6 International Elite. These judoka train full-time. They're competing at world championships, Grand Prix events, Olympic qualifiers. Their judo is refined to the point where nothing's wasted. Every grip, every step, every attack is calculated. They're not just throwing people, they're dismantling them systematically. Level 6 fighters have ridiculous technique. Their kuzushi is invisible to untrained eyes. 1 second you're standing, the next you're on your back wondering what happened. The newaza transitions are seamless. Throw to pin to submission in one fluid motion. Their conditioning is absurd. 5-minute matches back to back and they're still explosive in the final seconds. What separates level 6 from everyone else is consistently at the highest level. They're medaling at major international tournaments. They're beating former world champions. They're making Olympic medalists work for every point. They operate at a speed and precision that most judoka can't even comprehend until they've been thrown by it. But even level 6 isn't the absolute peak. At the very top, the legends who've dominated the sport for years, that's a different species entirely. Level 7 Olympic legends. The names that transcend judo. Teddy Riner, who went a decade without losing and has more world titles than most countries have medals. Ilias Iliadis, who won Olympic gold at 19 and made Uchimata look like a superpower. Ryoko Tani, 5 Olympic medals across 5 Olympics, the most decorated female judoka in history. Nomura Tadahiro, 3-time Olympic gold medalist who redefined what lightweight judo could be. Legends haven't just mastered judo, they've pushed the sport into new territory. Riner at 6'8", 260 pounds throws heavyweights like they're children. His Osotogari is so dominant that people train their entire careers just to defend against it. And he still hits it anyway. That's not just skill, that's complete mastery over every opponent he faces. Level 7 judoka have changed how the sport is practiced. Coaches studied their footage. National teams model their training programs around what these athletes did. Kids in Japan, France, Russia, Georgia, they're trying to replicate the magic these legends created. These aren't just champions. They're the standard by which every judoka is measured. What makes a legend isn't just Olympic gold, it's sustained dominance. It's what makes the impossible look routine. It's inspiring generations to push the boundaries of what human beings can do on the tatami. Champions win medals. Legends defined eras and changed the sport forever. Now you know the levels, so if you're training judo, which level are you actually at? Not where you want to be, where you are right now. Because most people overestimate themselves by at least one full belt level. But Randori doesn't lie. Competition doesn't lie. The mat exposes everything. But knowing the levels is just part of understanding judo. You also need to know what type of judoka you are. There are 7 types and you're definitely one of them. Now, if you really enjoyed this breakdown, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got more combat sports deep dives coming that'll change how you see fighting. I'll see you in the next one.